just say you wanted to turn Chris on?
Welcome to the Guys Review, where we review media, products, and experiences.
I actually said he was going to turn me off. So he already had me turned on.
Oh, so he's going. He woke it up. He's going to put it.
He was
to
already
sleep.
had me turned on. Boy, what's going on? I like that blue shirt.
This is a nice shirt.
Hey,
It's my pool shirt. I went to the pool today.
Just don't hold it under a black light.
He likes it when I wink at him.
Right?
What's up?
There. Jesus Christ.
He's getting blushed over here. Y'all can't see him, but
freaking
he's
me
getting
out.
blushed.
My name is Steven. I'm one of your four co-hosts. Today, we have Chris, Trey, and Tucker. Y'all say hello.
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 What's up?
All right. So today, we're going to be reviewing the movie The Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
This is Trey's choice.
Sounds like a porno movie.
Well, like Trey said last week, it's very convenient 'cause today being Father's Day and all, and Midnight Meat Train is how our kids got here. So
You know, he sent that message out saying we're going to review Midnight Meat Train because I wasn't here last week. So he sent that message out, and I was like, do I really want to Google this or not? I was like, this could be a setup by Trey. I don't know. And then fortunately Tucker responded back, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look it up then.
at least he didn't send us like Meat Spin or something.
I made sure not to look it up on my city phone or city computer first, because they track that shit.
Yeah, they do. Well, before we get into the movie, let's tell a little bit about our weeks. And Chris, since you were here, why don't you go first?
I go to the doctor this week to. I know it's not last week, but it's this week. Mm-hmm. So I go to the doctor this week, and I'm going to see about my heart. Mm-hmm. They're checking up on that, and they also got to see about is it removing veins in my legs?
Oh, they're going to do
laser?
that?
Yeah, they got to do
really?
that. Mm-hmm.
Is that what they think will help with the heart?
No.
Wait, what?
This is something different.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it just like varicose veins kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's cosmetic, man. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worried about
So
that.
I'm not worried about it. But I'm just saying they're going to go take some of those out, I guess, or what? I guess that's what it is, right? Or they strip them or something. I don't know what they
I
do.
don't know what the hell they do. Probably
Anyways.
just push them deeper.
Yeah,
Get them away from the skin.
but they're going to do that because they said the compression socks. They're like, you could do those. They said, but with working in restaurant and all that, they're like, we don't.
Please
want
tell me that you wear orthopedic shoes with those compression socks.
No, sadly, I think if I'm not mistaken, you have to wear non-slip shoes, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
You and fucking Gertrude fucking hanging out in compression socks and orthopedic
No,
shoes.
But they said it would be
it's
too hot
Miss
for me to wear
Anita.
those.
I was going to say, you could borrow Miss Anita's compression
It's
socks.
Miss Anita.
I'm not at the
You
age.
just had to see.
not-
It'll help her because she won't need the compression socks with her legs up on your shoulders like that.
All right.
That'll keep the blood flow down.
I'm not at the age
She
yet
won't pass out this time.
where like 100 degrees is cold. You know, I'm not there yet.
Getting there though.
I'm getting there.
I see that handshake every once in a
That's
while.
like 2 years from now.
My hands do shake.
Are you calling your kids whippersnappers yet?
Young whippersnapper.
Get off my lawn, you damn whippersnappers!
Go give me some soy sauce. Sherbert.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Anyways, anything else about your week? So good luck on the doctor thing, by the way.
Yeah.
They're not going to You're not going to the MRI.
Where was
though.
I at last week? I was out of town, wasn't I? I was
you were
at the beach. That's where I was at. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Alzheimer's
Yeah.
is kicking in.
yeah.
I
Really.
didn't have to deal with you, so it's been pretty good.
The mind is the first thing to go.
What?
Exactly. Don't worry about it. Well, good. I'm glad that's going to work out for you. Hopefully. So
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
You want to go next, Trey?
Yeah, that's fine.
How was your week, Trey?
Been sick. Huck had a birthday and then job downsized, so I was part of the axe. So
Ouch. Sorry to hear that, bud.
that's all right.
At least we had fun at the pool party.
Yeah, there you go.
I got to come over to your house and jump in your pool finally. That
Did you
was
ever think
awesome.
about suing them for being racist?
No.
Take a 23andMe. You could be like me and be, part Nigerian.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm good old Western European stock.
I mean, so I thought I was too, but I'm 1%.
I've seen it. I got nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm purebred.
I haven't done it yet.
Your people would have been proud of me.
Only 50% of my people. Or I'm only 50% German. The other 50 is Irish.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically it's like 49, then 1% Sub-Saharan African.
So you're Black Irish.
I am Black Irish.
That's what I am.
That's what he is.
No shit, I could pull it up on my phone. 23andMe.
I've got it too. Anything else to add about your week, Trey?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, if anyone has a job available, let us know. We got one that's willing to work ish. I mean, when I say work,
ish.
yeah, ish.
Do you got any like Viking in you?
I don't think so.
I just noticed that balding head. That's why I was asking.
I don't know why.
Berserker.
I don't know why he fights it because, like, you know, technically, if you're bald, like, it means you have higher testosterone coursing through your body.
Is that what that means?
It does.
There you go.
Probably from rolling
Probably
around on the ground with other men.
Doing jujitsu.
All right.
That's why he does it.
My week was pretty good too. Pretty standard. Not a lot going on.
Just
you know,
pop that shirt off.
put on your gi.
What?
Pool party yesterday. Had another pool party today, and actually we took a trip earlier this week, and I was gonna let y'all know now that I actually didn't watch the movie this week.
Oh,
You didn't watch
What
it?
the fuck?
oh. As punishment, you have to go home and watch it after this.
Oh, I'm going to. I actually, honestly, reading about it, I actually do want to see it because it's Lovecraftian. It's a
Literally, I
Lovecraftian
said that
movie.
earlier. I told him that earlier. I was like, if you read the notes if you read the synopsis,
way you
of
described
you'd
it
be
at
like,
first, I was like,
oh,
oh,
this is
whatever.
gonna be an awesome movie.
Yeah. But no, I am. So the deal was, I was going to watch it today, and actually, I started watching a different Lovecraftian movie called In the Mouth of Madness, which is.
So instead of watching
you-
the movie that you're
yeah.
supposed to watch,
Yeah,
you
you
watch.
really-
I know. Well, it was like I got up this morning. Ashley, you know, I just went in. I was like, I'm going to watch this movie because I've been dying to see it again. It's the same guy who directed Halloween.
So you fucking rewatched a movie
Yeah.
over this? Man.
Well,
week's off.
so-
I am ashamed.
So then I'm
Since
watching.
I watch
that.
every movie every week,
I
this
know.
is bullshit.
I get it.
Hold
So then
the fuck up for a second.
I didn't even finish that when I fell asleep on the couch. The next thing I know, my daughter has come home. Abby's come home, and then Ashley's like, "Oh, hey, are you gonna take her to Penelope and Harper's birthday?" I was like, "Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was today." So I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And I go and the original plan, I was like, "We'll leave at 3. I'll watch the movie." But I mean, the kids were playing; they were having a good time. I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I mean, I will watch the movie. I promise you, I will watch it tonight." But I just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And the funny thing is, like I said, I read about it, and I do want to see it because it's very Lovecraftian, and I'm still riding that train pretty heavy. So
Did y'all watch the regular one or the unrated one?
Whatever's on Amazon Prime.
Whatever was free on, was it Tubi or whatever?
Okay, you watched the clean. Well,
I don't think any of it's clean.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple naked
Director's cut.
bodies.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's like 3 minutes longer. I didn't watch it, but it was only like 3 minutes.
I
longer.
can't imagine the director putting any positive spin on it to fix it.
All right, well, I did talk about my week. Tucker, how was your week?
Nobody gives a shit.
That one just didn't have much heart in it.
Let's see.
I get you don't feel well, but that one didn't have a lot of heart in it.
It didn't.
No, it was a good try though.
Went to the lake, went to a pool party, and otherwise it was just work. But they are going to pour the concrete for our patio / fire pit this week.
Very nice. Are you?
Which, by the way, I've already enlisted their help. You're getting enlisted too, to help me actually go get the pavers and shit when I actually build the fire pit.
Like, you know I'm not handy, right? And, like, I'm down an arm.
All you have to do is carry a brick. I don't care if you carry them one at a time,
I'm going to have to because I got one arm that works.
because there's going to be about 100 of them.
Are you still on call?
Nope.
You ain't got a wheelbarrow?
Nope.
I've
You,
got
you know you can rent those.
Yeah.
I've got a wheelbarrow.
I was gonna say I got one too,
I mean, it's literally going to be
but I got a flat tire on mine.
walking
Pump it up.
bricks from my
No.
driveway to
It's
my
like
backyard. I
driveway.
think we can do it.
Oh, well,
Yeah, but I'm going through your house to do it.
you got to deal with the steps then.
It's all right.
Anything else, Dad? Besides,
I'm taking a shortcut.
I don't think so.
all right. Fan mail. Moving on to fan mail. We got one from Marcus, and I'm waiting. Your sister said she was going to send us something.
My sister has no follow through.
She obviously has a little bit because she's got a kid.
I mean, that one you can't really not follow through on that one.
He may have just slipped into it. I'm sorry.
I mean, she could have said that. She could have just said she wanted throat babies.
All right, here we go. From Marcus.
Yeah, there you go. Think about your sister with a dick in her mouth.
Anyways,
Okay, as opposed to like the six in your sisters.
the,
And I'm talking
the
about
to-
fingers at one time.
the topic of the email is called macrophilia. I've been working 12 hours.
Steven, I said 6 fingers in her at one time.
I heard it.
Okay.
So just one hand.
If you grew up next to a fucking power plant,
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
Like Tucker did.
I was going to say the trailer under the power lines.
That's going to be Eric's kid.
Probably.
does he have a kid?
Not yet.
What's
he,
old Eric been
has
up
he
to?
turned up? Like, do we know if he's alive?
Yeah.
He is.
I haven't.
I saw him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Is he still losing weight?
When I saw
He
him.
slimmed down, yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
slimmed down. a lot.
back. He's back up here full time. I think he got his job back at the machine shop.
Good for him.
The concrete business didn't work out for him.
Wait, is he back with his father-in-law?
No, he's back at the machine shop he was at before he worked for his father-in-law.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, as long as he's happy. Okay, macrophilia.
He's working.
Yeah. I've been working 12-hour shifts
Unlike
lately
Trey.
and maybe don't have time for research, so y'all know. Need the extra cash for a vacation, so I have to make this short.
Wait.
Yep, here we go.
Wait.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, he's in a communist country. Like, you know, there's no extra money. And then, like, what kind of vacation are you going to go to the other, like, neighborhood? Like,
He's going to go next door.
He's going to walk across the street.
Yeah.
you can walk to a different ghetto. Like, I mean, like, come on.
He'll go to a different fjord.
Is he in that country where they do, like, the fucking canal jumping with, like, the fucking pole vault?
I don't know.
I think that's.
I
The
saw that
country-
on Star Wars. I don't know if that's actually do that in real countries.
I think that's
No.
the country where they go death diving.
I mean,
or where death diving.
no,
was
seriously,
invented.
there's one of those fucking, like, Western European countries. Like, you pole vault over a fucking canal and you just drop, like, on a pit of sand. And that's a sport.
Huh.
Do you know what?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
you
I
know
have
what,
seen
you
that.
know what death diving is, right?
Nope.
It's where you jump off of a cliff or I don't know, high dive or something, and you hold the belly flop position for as long as you can, and the person that holds it the longest before hitting the water wins. It's called death diving.
That sounds really dumb.
I got sucked into it. I don't know, a few weeks ago.
That is that's a weird fetish.
I started watching it. It was fucking fun.
It's a good way to get fucking punctured by a fucking, like,
know, right?
tree stump, like, in the fucking lake.
All right, Steven, you don't have to drunk call me in the night to talk about how tiny your ween is. Don't worry. It's the small things in life that are good. Tucker, how many innocent have you put behind bars this week? None, actually, because, I mean, he can't arrest people. So
That's fair.
he's not a real cop.
He's Barney Fife.
Trey, one of your fetishes is called macrophilia. Just Google it if you don't know what that is. Macrophilia?
All right.
Is that an obsession with large objects?
Yeah. Oh, the macro would.
Macro
Make it-
Macro means large. I mean,
Yeah.
in Philly, yeah.
death diving. Okay.
Oh.
Chris, have you changed your diaper today? And it is the future, so women can vote. You can stop campaigning against the 19th Amendment or whatever, women's suffrage. In women's suffrage. He's addressing Jeff now in the DM group. He says, Jeff, socialism works.
Oof. Oof.
Oof.
This could be interesting.
I can't wait to hear this retort.
I know, right?
You know Jeff's having a boy, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they announced that. the
I
other
didn't see
day.
that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah.
Still looking forward to that lake trip, though.
I can still cook a better brisket.
All right, here we go. That's doubtful. But anyways, here are some good, bad jokes and pickup lines. Number one, can we play zombies? You lie down and I eat you. I kind of like that. That was pretty good. Number two, if I was a watermelon, would you spit or swallow out my seeds?
That's pretty
I
funny.
tried not to laugh at that one, but it was like building up.
There are 8 planets, but there will only be 7 when I'm done with Uranus.
Oh.
I've heard that. That's an old one.
Fucking Pluto.
Why is reverse cowgirl not allowed in Alabama? Because you don't turn your back on family. I'm sure there's a Tucker sister joke in there
Roll
somewhere.
Tide.
Roll Tide. Are you a washing machine? Because I want to put a dirty load in you. That's pretty good. I don't know where you found these. These are funny. Okay. Research shows that women will at one point in their lives possess highly intelligent DNA. Unfortunately, most will spit it out. Jesus. Number 7, your legs are like an Oreo. I want to split them and eat the good stuff in the middle.
Jesus.
All right, last one.
Fuck.
3 guys go into a ski lodge and there are not enough rooms, so they have to share a bed. In the middle of the night, the guy on the right wakes up and says, I had this vivid dream of getting a hand job. The guy on the left wakes up and unbelievably, he has the same dream too.
And the guy in the middle says, "Oh man, I had a dream I was skiing."
Yep.
Yeah.
Heard that one, huh?
Yeah.
I knew where it was going.
Marcus, thank you for the email. I appreciate it. If you want to send us an email, and I can read it poorly, obviously, you can send it to theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, or you can argue with Marcus about socialism and how well it works in our Twitter DM group, which is at @the_guys review, and like the tweet pinned at the top of the page, and we'll throw you in the DM group, and you can chat with us in real time. It's super fun. Moving on to Midnight Meat Train. I don't have a sound clip for it. I could do this one, though. Well, no, I can't.
Roadhouse.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bust out the whales.
I could do that too. We'll wait because he's looking at my screen now to see what I'm going to hit next.
Okay, USA.
All right, Midnight Meat Train. Do you got a synopsis for this, right?
Nope.
I've got the one on Wikipedia if you want me to read
You
it.
sort of have to realize how my day went yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. That's fair. That's fine. Pull up Wikipedia. Do you want to read it? Or you want me to? Or
I'm
Tucker?
gonna let you do it.
All right, that's fine. Either way,
Do you have it on yours? Or do you want me to do it?
I'll pull it up.
All right.
Midnight Meat Train, directed by
That guy.
Ryuhei Kitamura.
Yeah.
It's Ryu, R-Y-U. I get that, but and then H-E-I, Ryuhei Kitamura. He's Japanese.
Okay.
Is he? Wouldn't have guessed.
Well, I mean, I didn't just. I could just been like he's Asian, but there's different.
Are you sure he's Japanese?
I'm fairly certain I remember reading that.
You better double check.
I know, right? I probably should. Starring Bradley Cooper, Leslie Bibb, Tony Curran, Brooke Shields, Roger Bart, and Vinnie Jones. It was released on August 1st, 2008 on a budget of $15 million, which is $40 million in 2022. Box office haul of $3.5 million, which is only $4.8 million today. Ratings, IMDb has it at a 6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 73%. Metacritic, 58%. Google users.
I can't imagine anybody likes this. I'm going to go 25.
I'm going to go a little higher than that. I think there's enough people out there that are stupid that would like it. So I'm going to go 68.
Wow, y'all are going so low.
You gonna
So
press
because you
and
said
write
that, I was about to, but I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go with 75.
this? Oh,
73.
Damn it.
Tucker wins.
I knew I should have went Prices Right.
You should have.
Alrighty. Here are the awards. My Lord Tucker, the wanker, 2nd Earl of Wessex, Lord of the Furries, heir of the Lord Baldy, and One-Eyed Snake Wrangler.
That's still great.
Actually, there are no awards. This thing didn't get anything. So,
Imagine that.
I
Should
know.
have gotten a Razzie.
So,
Hey, Marcus, be careful traveling across the street on your vacation. Don't get hit by a car.
I mean, there's no cars in that poor country. Like, it's just fucking buses.
it's kind of interesting. So, I was going to use this as trivia, but so Lionsgate, who distributed the movie, had just hired executive Joseph Drake when the film was being completed, and he did not like this film, apparently. And so, instead
A
of
man
giving
with taste.
Yeah. Well, instead of giving it a full theatrical release in what's called a first run theater, he sent it directly to the dollar theaters, and that's why it just
And it
did.
only released
Dang,
like
we don't
like
have those
100
anymore. Wait, is
screens.
there any of
100
those around here anymore?
No, I miss the fucking dollar
I do
theater.
too.
I know. I didn't even think about it. I hadn't thought about a dollar theater. In
Well, they used
years.
to have one in Salgahatchee Square years and years ago.
Yeah.
Back
It was
when
in
it was
Opelika.
Yeah, back
It's
when
a
it was
new
called
one.
Midway.
Last time I went to a dollar
Midway
theater, I went
Plaza.
over to, I saw Shutter Island. Was the last time I saw it.
That's a good one.
And it was
Chris-
over in Columbus.
Chris, you may remember this because I don't. When did the
talkies start.
When did the Midway Plaza theater close?
Oh, jeez. It was about the time they built the new one. When they tore down the old one and built the new one.
When they tore down the what old one?
Auburn used to have a 4 cinematic movie theater where it's at now.
Yeah.
It used to be just a 4 one.
Okay, so I remember when they.
So when they
Oh,
tore
shit.
that one down.
So that would have been probably like 90s then, right?
Probably, right? It's probably
because it's always had 7, 8, 9.
probably late
screens.
90s.
Shit. Okay.
And there used to be a theater there on Opelika Road where.
Midway Plaza, we were just talking
Yeah, that's
about.
what we're talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't ever remember seeing that one.
It's in Opelika. It's been closed as long as I've been here.
Yeah.
That was the big movie theater. Auburn had the little movie theater.
Oh, okay.
But that's because things were different back then.
Yeah.
Auburn was like, Auburn was just a
Segregation. I get it.
no, Auburn. Auburn was considered the small town in a way back in the,
Yeah.
because it was like when the college students left, the whole entire city pretty much shut down.
Shut
Beside the
down.
mall, everything was shut down, and then Opelika was where the families lived at.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Well, ready to get into this thing, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So Leon is a photographer who wants to capture unique, gritty shots of the city. He is crushed when, instead of giving him his big break, gallery owner Susan criticizes him for not taking enough risks. Emboldened, he heads to the city subway system at night, where he takes pictures of an impending sexual assault before saving the woman. The next day, he discovers she has gone missing. Intrigued, he investigates reports of similar disappearances. His investigation leads to a butcher named Mahogany, who he suspects has been killing subway passengers for the past 3 years.
Do you think he would have saved that girl if she would have made eye contact with him? Do you think he would just kept on taking the pictures?
It seems that way because like he was really into like taking pictures of that sexual assault.
Yeah.
I think he would have stopped it. I think that he was waiting for it to go as far as it could before something really serious happened.
Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's good commentary. Well, I mean, I'll say this from an outsider's point of view. What they're doing is they're establishing that he's trying to establish he's kind of a decent person, or that he's willing to push boundaries.
So he's a black and white photographer, which
So you're missing out a lot.
The first part of this movie is she works in the girlfriend Leslie Bibb works in a diner or a cafe, and he is a struggling photographer. Yet they have like a
Incredible apartment in New
York City. That's bullshit. Number one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number two, he's running around with a fucking Leica, which we talked about in the.
But they could have
Euro
inherited
trip.
money.
Well, hold on. But in the second part, could have been something that he was doing that they don't really mention, but he kind of like slyly gets away from it. What you're missing out of the first part of all that is the fact that he went to go see Brooke Shields. She's a art seller.
Susan.
And yeah, he went to go see her. She's an art seller. She told him to get more kind of scenes where like she wanted to see, because he brought a picture of a homeless guy sleeping next to a guy,
Like a
business
businessman.
guy.
He was
she
more of a
said,
junkie, like
you-
just sort of like slouched
yeah,
over.
she was like, you took the picture at the wrong time. She said, you need to take the picture like whenever he falls over on him
Yeah.
and their expression that the guy gets. So
catch-
she wants more realistic
Yeah.
stuff. That's the reason why he's down there taking those pictures. So yeah, he's beforehand he is this kind of a good guy, and he's kind of got his good ways about him. With his pictures, you can tell because they're just pictures of people along the way and all that. But
And the way
because she tries to bring him into this world of this underground, you start seeing him slowly get into this other phase.
It's almost like he slowly goes crazy.
Right.
But
Which is also a very Lovecraftian theme.
one thing that that they do to
slow descent
to
into
get him
madness.
into says his investigation leads him to a butcher named Mahogany. Well, yes, it does, but they're leaving out a lot there because after he saves the girl, she goes and gets on the subway train. He takes a picture of her. There's a guy holding stopping the train door from closing.
It's the butcher.
It's the butcher, but he's probably 50 yards away, and he takes a picture with his Leica camera, and he sees the guy's ring. And later, he gets another picture of Mahogany, and notices the same ring.
We're not
That's
there.
how he starts
Putting it together.
Yeah.
putting together that Mahogany actually saw her last, and then she went missing, and that's why.
We're not on that part yet. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to. So Leon presents his photos to the police, but Detective Hadley disbelieves him. That is a weird word. Disbelieves him. I don't like it. Leon's involvement quickly turns into a dark obsession, upsetting his girlfriend Maya, who is also disbelieving of his story. Leon follows Mahogany into the last subway train of the night, only to witness a bloodbath. The butcher kills several passengers and hangs their bodies on meat hooks. After a brief scuffle with Mahogany, Leon passes out on the train. He awakes the next morning in a slaughterhouse with strange markings carved into his chest.
Man, we have jumped like
Holy
into the middle
crap.
of this fucking movie
Yeah,
already.
we have because there's a
That's a huge. All right. Get back. Wait, are you done with that part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so get back to the police officer. All right, the part where the police officer he brings the pictures to her. She mentions up something about tabloids.
Right.
This seems like something with tabloids and all. And he's just quiet. He's like, no.
He's like, I don't do that.
Yeah. So you kind of wonder, was he making his money beforehand by selling it to the tabloid?
I mean, he could have been.
I could see
One
that.
thing that I didn't pick up on until the very end of the movie, the necklace that the police detective was wearing was the same design as Hadley's ring. or not Hadley,
Hadley.
but
Yeah, I noticed the
Mahogany.
necklace, but I didn't
Mahogany.
notice that about it though.
the design on the necklace is the same as on Mahogany's.
A little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
there's-
can we
they
just
skip
go ahead
over-
and call bullshit? Like, there's no way like a woman's gonna work with a detective. Can we just do that?
So
We
there's
got
a-
Trace Triple Indy for the day already.
there's a part in here where he goes into the diner and sees his girlfriend Maya. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, that's Leslie Bibb. She's
Yeah.
been in
Iron Man.
Iron Man, The Skull. She's been in several things.
Yeah.
And she's
Attractive.
not bad looking.
Yeah.
But there was a sex scene in that diner.
Oh, when he
Was
gets a
that
ring?
Was that just when he gives the engagement, the engaged to be engaged ring or whatever they called it?
I think it's part of that crazy part where he's went over the edge in a certain sense and become more aggressive.
Yeah, it just went sort of rapey.
Yeah, that was very, very rapey.
Yeah.
Because he like forces her over the counter and just nails her from behind.
And it's not like
It's fucking
like
awkward.
classic like porn, just like jackhammering her. It's just like hard thrust. Wait a minute, hard thrust.
Really?
it was,
yeah,
it was very demeaning almost.
Yeah,
He was eating her ass before that.
He was eating her ass.
He was eating her
before
ass
that.
before that.
but the problem is like they were doing it right there at where the food is served, and that's where I have an issue.
You never had sex on the kitchen counter?
I mean, no, I mean like people eat there. Like, come on.
Everybody knows you do that on the washing machine.
Have some respect for the New York City fucking diner where there's probably rats and roaches running around.
So they get a free show and they'll get a meal later.
Man, though,
I assume the diner's closed at this point.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like really early in the morning.
but this skips so much stuff.
He had been out all night taking photographs, and he takes photographs of different things in different places. But
Like her butthole.
well, I mean, yeah,
Wink, wink, wink.
I'm sure it did wink. But that's another thing too. Is he's taking pictures at night with no flash, with natural light, and he's hand holding a camera. Which again, that's going to be bullshit because it's going to be blurry.
Yeah.
so he's
Because you have to have that long
he
exposure.
also
Yeah.
something that's missed out here. He's also a vegan.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
that's a point.
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy's a butcher, and I guess his obsession with the butcher. When later on he goes to the diner,
As he slowly devolves into madness, he starts eating meat.
yeah, he's
Really?
like, he eats
Yeah.
a piece of meat, yeah, because he sees like the blood and everything come out, and he's like, let me try. He was like, what? It's just one piece, So it's like,
But
it's
he's
just
eating off
this-
that dude's plate and then like licking the juice and shit. Like,
I will say this: there were some scenes on the subway where Mahogany's doing the killing. The effects were really creative. I mean, he takes what is basically an oversized meat tenderizer and starts going ham on people's heads. Like, there's one point where he hits the dude in the back of the head and his eyeball pops
Oh,
out.
so fucking fake looking.
yeah, it was.
It was so bad.
One of the comments I read was like, if it weren't for this would be a better movie if the effects were better.
Yes,
So-
it would be a little bit better. Yeah, no, I think it would be a lot better actually.
Which is, I mean,
I
considering
don't know.
the movies like Hostel and like all these kind of gore type movies that
Yeah.
came out around this time,
Yeah,
to have not realistic looking effects is
it wasn't that it wasn't super realistic. It was just so stylized. Like you would when he hits the dude in the back of the head with the meat.
No, those
tenderizer
eyeballs look fake as
and
hell.
it popped the eye out. It was like slow motion, sort of desaturated. It was trying to be very stylistic with it, and it just didn't fit.
well. You got to think. So the director is Japanese. So like I mean, have you ever watched like any sort of Japanese movies or anime or anything like that? It's very
Even whenever
Well,
he hit that girl
usually-
in the side of the head and it like broke her neck, it kind of looked.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked like fake.
Well, I mean, it almost
mean-
had like a. Did you ever watch Mark? What was it? Miller's Sin City.
Oh,
Yes.
Not Sin.
Yeah.
Was that the name of it? Sin City.
Yes.
The comic movie.
the first one.
Yeah. Some of the parts of this movie almost had like a Sin City stylized, maybe even like 300 graphic novel feel to
Yeah.
it. And they switched back and forth between that. The subway scenes were very graphic novel feeling, and the other scenes were very just, I don't want to say natural, but
Yeah.
they weren't that stylized.
Yeah.
And the two things just, they didn't blend them together. Didn't work for me.
Wait, and that comes that bigger point. When was this movie made again?
2008.
8.
And when was Sin City done?
Probably around the same time.
Probably right before that.
2005.
A little before that, and 300 would have been about the same time. Mm-hmm. But I will say this movie, the first hour, if y'all ever
2006.
did y'all ever see the movie Mr. Brooks?
No.
It's a Kevin Costner, Demi Moore, Dane Cook movie, and it's actually a serious role for Dane Cook. He basically, he's a photographer like Bradley Cooper is in this movie, and he links up with a serial killer and basically gets trained. Like, the serial killer teaches him how to be a serial killer. And Kevin Costner's a serial killer, and the movie's very underrated. If you've never seen it, I do recommend that movie. It's a mind fuck of a movie. But when I'm watching Midnight Meat Train, at first this kind of feels like, to me, like it's going in the same direction as Mr. Brooks. He's going to teach Bradley Cooper how to be a serial killer. Cooper's going to lose his fucking mind, maybe end up in a psych ward or something. Like, that was the direction I was seeing this movie going, because where we are in the plot line, even though we're 2 paragraphs in, we're already like an hour into this, fucking movie.
Well, and the fact alone, like right there at that part, and all, he gets the marks on his chest, and it's like he doesn't get killed.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not killed like all the rest of the people that he comes across on the train? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and just like you were saying, it's like you kind of wondering, like,
Maybe
you knew something was going to go on this path somewhere.
Is he gonna team up? Is Mahogany gonna be like, let me teach you my ways? Which that would have been cool, because then you get to see Vinnie Jones speak, because he very rarely says anything.
Or it could just be like that movie California with Brad Pitt, where it's like, you're a reporter, doing about serial killers. I want you to see what a serial killer is like.
Well, I mean, do you think it was it maybe like a sign of respect that Vinnie Jones, that the Mahogany didn't kill him?
No,
You'll find out later.
Yeah, you'll watch the movie.
Yeah, I will.
It may tell you. It'll tell you in this, I think.
Maybe this will be like a new fun thing, like going forward. Like, just one of us doesn't watch the movie and like just ask like dumb questions.
Are you volunteering to be the dumb question every week?
I mean, like, I told you how Independence Day was gonna fucking go.
You were dead on too.
Yeah.
You were dead on with it.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He was 100% on with that movie.
Stop encouraging that.
He was almost dead on with it.
Look,
he got a couple of parts off, but across the board, the whole entire thing, he pretty much
For
nailed
having
it.
not watched it, I mean, like, I felt like I did pretty good.
You did great.
I do not encourage us to not watch the film, but I just had things.
I
this week
encourage
that-
Trey to keep not watching the film, because he does a
Thank you,
good job.
Chris. Thank you, Chris.
I had things and other obligations come up that I just couldn't. But I'm here, and I'm going to do the best I can. So
That's fine. We'll keep talking about it.
yeah.
No, this is good though, because now, like, I'm kind of with Trey on this.
I think
because
that'd be fun.
because you're asking these questions,
No.
and we're able to give these insights, because it's like, wait, no, you're missing this part right here.
Yeah.
And it's like there's things that we can point out that normally
wouldn't-
necessarily we wouldn't point out.
Exactly.
See, this is one of those things where Wikipedia does a really good job of giving you a very, very,
Very
very
broad.
broad outline.
I mean, it's
this
good.
would be one of those things where you could have filled in some spots.
Yeah, I mean, you're already like 45 minutes into the movie.
at least.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: like, after 50 minutes, then you got 45 left, and it starts just fucking spiraling.
It misses the
Yeah, I
part where
get you on that.
he follows where Bradley Cooper's character follows Mahogany
The butcher
to
shop.
to the meat packing plant.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
thought
they
you
have
meant
the-
we followed him into the bathroom, like they were like reaching underneath the stall, like tapping feet and stuff, like that senator did when he had the gay sex.
Oh, Jesus.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Living
exactly.
living his best life.
I'm telling you, Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Tell you what though, that scene in the butcher factory or the meat packing factory, that was a tense scene. They did a really good job of that, because when he's chasing, they have this huge room where there's slabs of beef hanging.
Yeah.
and
Saw some pictures.
he's running from Vinnie Jones through that, and Vinnie Jones does the smart thing. He like ducks down to look under the slabs of beef, and Bradley Cooper grabs like a meat hook and pulls his feet up off the floor, so that Vinnie Jones can't see his feet, which is smart on both parts.
Yep.
But then he puts his feet back on the ground, and you see the camera rise up in front of Bradley Cooper, and Vinnie Jones is behind him. So, I mean, that part was cool. That was a good shot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Bradley Cooper, I think, is a good actor. I mean, I've seen Silver Lining Playbook and stuff like that. Like, he's done good stuff, and Vinnie Jones is just fucking great.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding
Crashers,
Crashers, yeah. I always think of him in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
But I mean, even thinking about him as Rocket Raccoon,
Rocket.
like, I don't really think of him as Rocket Raccoon, which I think lends to how good of a, at least, voice actor he is as well. You know,
I mean, I did. That's the first thing I said about him. I couldn't remember his name for a minute there. I was like, Rocket.
Rocket Raccoon. But it sounds to me like, yeah, just either the execution or the script just was not the best, apparently.
Facts.
But
Fair
again,
enough.
like I said, I want to see this just because, like I said, I've been on this Lovecraft binge, and this is definitely.
You may like it. You may love it.
I don't think anybody can love this.
He may.
Like if it was a mother, it would just like leave it like outside.
I mean, Bradley Cooper's been in a ton of shit, and this is
What
is
was that
probably
one?
one of his worst movies because you look at. Well, no, he was in Wet Hot American Summer.
Well,
We
yeah, I
can't
forgot
forget
about
one.
that.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I think two of us liked that movie.
it wasn't all
But
that
you
bad.
had him in
was-
Wedding Crashers, Failure to Launch,
Failure to Launch.
Midnight Meat Train, Yes
What's-
Man.
what's-
Yes Man was funny.
What's the one where he takes the pill and gets like really smart?
Fuck.
I don't know.
They made a TV show out of it too.
Did they?
Yeah, Limitless.
Limitless.
Yeah. The Hangover.
Oh, God. Of course, the Hangover movies.
yeah.
First one was so good.
That one, see,
Second
I'm
one
the
was
opposite.
not bad, and then
Yeah.
like the third is like, why'd you do that?
I'm totally on the opposite level with you guys. Like,
Yeah,
that movie was well overrated.
You
What,
better go back and
Hangover?
watch it again.
The first,
The first
Hangover.
one was
Yeah.
good.
The first one was awesome, bro.
A-Team, Silver Lining
I can't
Playbook,
agree with y'all on that.
Guardians of the Galaxy, American Sniper,
Oh, yeah.
which is fucking phenomenal. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I mean, he's been in a bunch of shit.
All right, back to the synopsis.
All right. A concerned Maya and her friend Jurgis examine Leon's photographs of mahogany, leading them to the killer's apartment. After breaking in, Jurgis is captured, though Maya escapes with timetables that record over 100 years of murders in the subway.
Can we just point out that like whoever wrote the short story gave everybody like stupid fucking names?
Cloud Baker.
Jurgis and
Yeah,
Maya.
Jurgis, Leon, Mahogany. I mean, like, man, I thought
What did we say,
these names
Clive
would be a little
Cussler?
different.
Mahogany.
Clive Barker.
He looked at his table and he was like, Mahogany, that's a good name.
Real original, Clive.
Let's see. She goes to the police but finds Hadley still skeptical. When Hadley presses Maya to return the timetables, she demands answers. At gunpoint, Hadley directs her to take the midnight train to find Jurgis. Leon heads to a hidden subway entrance in
2
the
o'clock
slaughterhouse, arming himself with several knives.
Yeah,
It was 2 o'clock,
2 in the
wasn't it?
morning,
It was
yeah.
2 in the morning, the 2 o'clock train.
You know, you make fun of Clive Barker here, but he actually got a huge accolade from Stephen King. Stephen King said at one point something to the effect, "I've looked into the future of horror, and his name is Clive Barker." Stephen King has a ton of respect for him.
Man, Stephen King, he's average. Like, let's be honest. If you're talking about great authors, like fucking Dr. Seuss and Dan Brown, that's it.
But he's talking about horror writers, though.
Shakespeare. There's fucking
Shakespeare's
ghosts and shit, dude.
overrated.
No, man, that dude invented like 1,000 words.
It's
did.
still overrated, though.
He invented
All right,
words.
so-
That we still use today.
Yeah,
And he did it all in iambic pentameter.
that's right.
I mean, you can listen to rap music now and people invent words.
So,
That's fair.
do you think that it was a
Cash Money Millionaires.
Do you think it was a furtherance of Leon? Do you think it was a furtherance of Leon slipping further into madness that caused him to, like,
When we get to the end,
go get the knives and the metal skirt, not skirt, the apron and everything, to go try to rescue them and not go to the police?
And like, in what world is like a photographer gonna like do battle with someone who is a fucking butcher, like in a knife fight? And,
A
like,
vegan one.
But
Yes.
yeah, and
vegan photographer on top of that.
Bradley Cooper is not a small dude, but Vinnie Jones is just big and scary looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Who
hates
in the-
eye ties.
Who in their right mind is going to? I mean, he's not.
At least
in
it's
his right
not
mind.
Cooperelli or something like that.
Yeah, we talk about his girlfriend in the whole bent over part, but she's a little horn dog. I mean, you could tell it from the very beginning and all. Like whenever they're like laying in bed, and she's like rubbing his chest, but she doesn't just like rub his chest. She goes like all the way down to
Oh
like
yeah,
his
she
pelvic
gives him like an over the boxer's handy.
Yeah, and then she grabs his hand and puts it between her legs, like right there near the hot box.
Yeah, but I mean, like, remember that scene like where they're like fighting and like he's taking the pictures and like making her take her clothes off, like she's a battered woman.
She's
Like,
He's not making her. She
She's doing it
is.
'cause she
no,
wants to.
no,
He's like looking depressed, and she's still like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna take
she's
my
trying
clothes
to.
off.
And
She's
she's-
trying to help him recover from this.
Yeah, but
madness.
she's doing it and she looks like she's fucking distressed.
because he's not smiling
Yeah,
about
because
it.
he's fucking.
He's crying
losing
about it
his
as well.
goddamn mind. All he can think is going and taking pictures of mahogany.
She could tell that he's not really wanting to take the pictures, and it's upsetting her
I
because
don't
she's
think
that much
that's
of a
what it
horn
is.
dog.
I disagree. She was.
This is right
She
after
was
she got,
wanting
She
him
was
to.
wanting to go get dick down, and he wasn't.
this is right
he
after she
wasn't
got
willing
raped
to.
in a fucking diner by him. Like,
And she liked it.
I don't think she did. Like, if you
I
look
think
at her,
she did.
Man, I'm.
No,
I think,
she
I think
had
we were
that-
walking a fine line.
she
I'm gonna say no.
She had that face because it hurt, but it hurt in a good way.
She didn't have the O face.
Yeah, the oh no, this is happening again face.
Jesus.
This thing got off the real quick. What were we talking about? The movie. Yeah. What happened?
Oh, it was all still in the movie.
Oh, wait. Yeah. So yeah, the it's funny how his girlfriend figured it out though that fast that the detective was
because he's
one of
told
them.
her. No, she didn't figure out the detective was one of them until she went into the diner to take the owner's gun, and
She comes out. That's what I'm talking about. That's where we're at.
Yeah, the detective. She's like, "Where's Leon?" And she's like, "He's in the subway or something like that." The detective sends her down there.
She said, "What are y'all doing?"
At gunpoint,
she asked him, "What are y'all doing?"
At gunpoint, Headley directs her to take the midnight train to find Jurgis. So I mean,
she knew what was going. Like she figured out the detective knows what's going on.
Yeah, because she wanted the timetables back. She wanted those timetables back.
Well, that's because earlier, whenever she went to the detective said, "Turn over that," because the person wanted their stuff back, and she wouldn't give the stuff back, and then the detective followed up.
Yeah, and then she.
But it could have
pulls
just
the
been a
gun on
simple
that detective,
follow-up.
and like the detective didn't like turn around and smoke her. Like, man,
This is what I'm saying. But she figured out the
first of all-
detective pretty quick, and it's in a dark alleyway too. There,
First of all, she had the drop on the detective. She had the gun up before the. If somebody's got a gun pointed at you, you're not going to unholster and accurately put a round down range before the person 10 feet away smokes you.
It's a female.
They were both females.
my point
Did
is,
you not see her shooting the fucking subway? Like when she fucking missed him from point blank. Like you're in this small little tunnel, dude, and I don't know how the fuck you go high and right. This ain't a goddamn football kicker. Like
I can actually answer that for you.
well,
I
that's
can. No, I
because
can.
you're not a good shooter.
No, it's because whenever you're put into a stressful situation like that, your accuracy drops by like 70%.
You know what? I'm gonna do a reverse.
She
triple
wasn't
Lindy,
stressful either?
and I'm gonna say like, there's no way any human being would miss that shot.
we already know
Dude,
that his
I
girlfriend.
know-
Wait, hold on. We already know his girlfriend's a terrible shooter, anyways. Later on, I mean, I don't know, like he's a big ass dude, and he's not that far away, and she's like missing like
That's what I'm saying.
3 feet above his head and off to the right.
I've seen police shootings where a guy shot into his entire magazine from 15 feet out and missed 2/3 of those shots.
But you know what? He hit 1/3 of them, and that is what we really need to focus on. He dropped that guy.
why do you always focus on the negative, Tucker? Focus on the positive. He killed that guy.
It's a mag dump, man. That's adrenaline.
Mag dump.
That's a true phrase.
That's a thing. I know.
That's a
I know.
mag dump.
Yeah. All right. He boards the train as Mahogany completes his nightly massacre and corners Maya. Leon attacks the murderer with a knife, and the two fight in between the swinging
Shit.
human flesh.
I got those stats wrong. Your accuracy doesn't decrease by 70; it decreases by 30. So if you shoot 100 in a stressful situation, you might shoot a 70. So sorry.
Human body parts are ripped, thrown, and used as weapons. Jurgis, hung from a meat hook, dies when he is gutted. The train reaches its final stop, a cavernous, abandoned station filled with skulls and decomposing bodies. The conductor appears, advising Leon and Maya to step away from the meat. The true purpose of the abandoned station is revealed as reptilian creatures enter the car and consume the bodies of the murdered passengers. Leon and Maya flee into the cavern. Mahogany, battered, fights to the death with Leon. After Leon stabs a femur through his throat, Mahogany only grins, his dying throes, saying, "Welcome."
Okay, so this is a part of the movie that's complete and utter bullshit. He gets into a fight with Vinnie Jones, and they are having a fucking slobber knocker on this damn train, and
He gets stabbed through the arm at one
Bradley
time.
Cooper is getting his ass kicked. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
But then he picks up like a severed hand and slaps Vinnie Jones with it and knocks him the fuck down.
It's not a hand. It's like an arm. It goes all the way to the
Yeah.
elbow.
It was just like when he threw that fucking meat tenderizer and hits like the woman in the back. Like he hits her like in the back of the thigh and like she fucking drops.
That'd be a hell of a Charlie horse, though. I can kind of see that.
No, like she sprawled out. Like, oh my god.
Dude, that damn
No.
thing looked like Thor's hammer Mjolnir. That was a big fucking
It was.
meat tenderizer.
It was. I'll give you that.
It was. But no, yeah, but he gets stabbed right in the arm. Like, I don't think you'd be able to really use that arm that much after that.
I mean,
Like,
you
that
have
was a
some
big.
adrenaline.
That was a big like a butcher's.
I don't know why
knife.
you're looking at him like he can
I know,
fucking
right?
justify
It was
it.
like a big ass butcher knife that he had, though. You know, like it wasn't like just a little like
Yeah,
you know,
it
spike.
wasn't a
like,
paring
A
knife.
paring knife, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it stabbed right on through there, and
Well, you'd have some adrenaline for a little bit, I'd imagine.
You would, but if it severs a tendon, you're not making a fist anymore.
yeah, or being able to pick up a
a severed hand.
corpse chest and holding it up.
Right?
to keep from getting.
But still, that part where he picks up the damn arm, and yes, it's from like the elbow down.
He picks it up with the same arm he got cut with, by
and
the
he
way.
slaps Vinnie Jones across the face with it, and it knocks him 3 feet to the side. And I'm like, what the? You stabbed him in the fucking chest with a knife, and it didn't do that.
So
And he got shot too. He
It's
got
true,
shot
did
right
get
there in
shot.
the shoulder.
So the
also.
fight scene both the fight scenes at the end were bullshit.
Yeah, I give it to you. You're right about
Can
that.
y'all imagine how bad that fucking cavern of a fucking like train
Smelled?
station smelled?
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's not real dead bodies.
Well,
in the
for,
movie.
for the purpose of this,
No.
it
We're
is.
talking about like if in
If
real
it were-
life
if it
you
were
were down
real.
there.
Oh, I
Yes.
see what you're saying.
so would it smell that bad though? Because the bones look pretty stripped. I mean, there was nothing to decompose.
I mean, like just those reptilians fucking living down there, not fucking bathing. I mean, like
Shitting everywhere.
You're now assuming they're not bathing.
So
Well, there was that pile of bodies or something.
what the fuck are they
down there,
bathing
too.
in?
they could find water down there.
Shit.
Wasn't she put on a pile of bodies?
Pile of bones.
It was bones.
It was bones.
So I'm just I don't know what the reptilian creatures look like, but I'm just imagining like giant iguanas come in and just like "Arr."
They look horrible. They're terrible.
Yeah, you never really get a really good look at them,
Yeah.
but it's.
Do you remember the old TV show Land of the Lost from like the
Yeah.
early 90s?
Yeah.
It's sort of like the lizard people are there.
Yeah,
Oh, so they're humanoid.
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Oh, okay.
bipedal.
Okay.
The one from Clash of Titans when that guy
That's
gets
a good
turned, he
reference.
looked better
Do
than
I?
him.
That's a good reference. Yeah, they're. It was like
Obscure.
somebody. It was like somebody wanted to make velociraptors and then just forgot what they fucking looked like.
Well, and keep in mind again, Lovecraftian theme is you don't really ever see the monsters.
Are you doing this one?
Sort
said
of.
it's not up close and personal,
Yeah, you
yeah.
don't get a really close look. You
It's kind of
see-
a dark scene ish,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you
but
can
you
still
see 'em
see
going
them. You can see
yeah.
their faces and everything
Yeah.
else, but
And it looks stupid.
it does.
Yeah.
I mean, they,
At that
You
point,
would have been better off just having like just regular people, like zombie vampire-ish type of people.
Like the hills have eyes kind of thing.
Right, exactly. Oh, yeah, like inbred kind of looking. Yes, you
So,
would have been better off having
$15
that.
million budget. I mean, they could have. I don't know what they put it into, but
The
maybe
camera.
maybe getting Bradley Cooper.
All right, so look at the time in case you're going to cut this.
At least 7 minutes.
All right, you
How
know
many?
47.
All right, so you know like how they like hung the bodies up and some of them were alive?
Yeah.
When you think it was that woman at the very beginning, do you think she saw him and was like, "Oh no, Godzilla."
I will say this.
I'll leave that in.
Yeah.
I will say this. What really sucks cinematic was, and just as a part of a death in there, you know, is whenever Jurgen gets killed.
Jurgis.
Jurgis, yeah. Whenever he
Dude,
gets killed.
they hung him up through his Achilles tendons while he was.
He was still alive, but when
Yeah.
you remember he gets slashed right there,
Oh, yeah,
and then
he
gets,
took a-
that's
he
how
took
he
a-
dies.
he
He's
took
sitting
a
there
meat
looking,
hook.
like you're sitting there thinking the whole time, like, well, maybe he's gonna make it out. I don't know, because he's still breathing. You see him every now and then going,
Yeah.
You're like, he may make it
got
out.
disemboweled.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when he's hanging from that, like the woman goes to pick him up and then fucking drops him again. So it just like just fucking rips him again.
I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds
I,
wrong.
ain't gonna- I thought my movie glitched for a minute because right before before that part happened, he was having that one lady on the floor, you know, and I thought that was her, and I was like, did my movie glitch or something? Like they could have picked a different person than another like blonde
Another
haired
blonde, yeah.
lady with small boobs and all, you know.
All right, the
It's very
conductor.
true, but then you see him come in and like he throws her body down, like
throws her-
like go fuck that other woman up.
The conductor tells Leon the creatures have lived beneath the city long before the subway was constructed, and that the butcher's job is to feed them each night and to keep them from attacking subway riders during the day. He picks up Leon and, with the same supernatural strength as the deceased butcher, rips out Leon's tongue and eats it. The conductor brings Leon's attention to Maya, who has been knocked unconscious and is laying on a pile of bones. The conductor forces Leon to watch as he cuts Maya's chest open to remove her heart. He says that having killed the butcher, Leon must take his place. Detective Hadley hands the train schedule to the new butcher, who wears a ring with the symbol of the group that feeds the creatures. The killer walks out into the midnight train and reveals himself as Leon.
Okay, so the tongue part, man.
Wouldn't that kill you? Because isn't there a
Yeah.
pretty major vein that runs through there?
Yeah. I think it would kill you. You bleed out at
That's
least.
what I'm saying. I
Like
think
he
there's
just
a-
stops kind of. I mean, he just sits
I
in his
don't-
mouth a little bit of the blood, but that's
I
it.
mean,
I guess you can't really spit it out.
Maybe
but-
because it's so deep, but I mean, like
But that's the
historically,
thing.
like they used to cut like people's
When
tongues
it-
out.
But
Yeah.
when he pulled his tongue out, it was like 3 inches. That was it. Like when he ripped out his tongue, it was like 3 inches, and it looked like something like a gummy one. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like it looked like
Yeah.
it didn't even look like what a tongue
a
would
real
look
tongue?
Like. Yeah, But it was like I said, he didn't like grab it and cut it out. He grabbed it and like snatched it out, and it's like it's connected in so many places and all that. It's like this is, I don't know. That's like that to me is like one of the most unrealistic parts of it right there, because it's like shit. And then he puts it in his mouth, and it's like after chewing, tongue is like muscle. You know?
Yeah.
So after chewing like for like a minute or two, he's already done.
I don't get why the guy had to eat it, but I mean,
He's one of the
Shock
lizards,
factor.
I guess.
Yeah, like he's in with it.
I'm trying to look up the
Yeah.
vein in the tongue thing.
Okay.
What if you just ripped it in half?
what do you mean?
What if you just ripped the tongue in
you-
half?
I mean,
Like,
people
like,
get their
if
tongue
it's-
split.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if it's only 3 inches, boom, just like part of the major vein still there. Like, carry on.
You'd still have like little pieces hanging off and all
I mean,
that.
so
you know what I mean?
it's called the lingual veins, and they run into the jugular. So
It's pretty hardcore.
that's
He would've-
I don't know if you would.
Without having a tongue to help push
survive
down,
that.
I think he would have probably choked to death on his blood.
Wouldn't you have drained down into your lungs or something and drowned?
Well, it's all falling out of his mouth.
That's true because he was sitting there going. "Ah,
Yeah, but you
ah."
like, and then you just Mm.
And that's another thing too. You never hear Vinnie Jones speak except for one time
Yeah.
when he says "welcome." So did he have his tongue ripped out and then he managed to go "welcome"?
no, I think
No, he says
it's-
it pretty clear too.
It's
not
all
like
it's all
that.
supernatural. So the deal is as if he kills him, maybe he goes from being superhuman back to being regular human, and he gets his tongue back.
Valid point. He may not have his tongue taken out. Vinny
Yeah.
Jones.
And I do have a question. Like, did y'all ever understand why the fuck he was cutting those warts off his chest? Like, I didn't understand
They
the
never
significance of it.
No.
I was wondering the same thing too.
Yeah, because I
What was
mean,
all
like,
that?
Vinny Jones, like, his chest is covered in him. He's cutting these warts off.
Yeah.
And he fucking puts them in a jar.
In a jar.
But there's several jars, so, like, it's been going on for a while.
There is a funny part where he's fighting with a guy. Vinny Jones is fighting with a guy on the train, and he calls him first.
like
He calls
the-
him. He makes a Forrest Gump reference.
Yeah.
that was
Quentin
pretty
Rampage
funny.
Jackson.
Yeah.
It's what it's and so the trivia on IMDb, like one of the spoilers says Mahogany cuts weird fleshy nodules that look like barnacles off of himself and keeps them in jars filled with some kind of fluid. It's implied this is some kind of deterioration from being the butcher. From the number of jars and the almost routine way he does it without feeling any pain, he's been doing it for a while. That's what it says. At least.
So is barnacles.
It's just
Maybe an infection from dealing with the lizard people. I don't know.
could be.
Could be.
Maybe, but then he takes, like, a pill, too, after the fact.
Does he really?
It's true.
I don't know.
Like, as soon as he cuts them off, he takes a pill.
Yeah, he does take something.
All right. Well, let's move into the top five top five trivia. We'll do triple Lindy and
Can
then
you do
rating.
top five trivia since you didn't watch the fucking movie?
Yeah, because I can still read trivia.
Not really well though.
Number one, Lionsgate, I already said this, had hired Joseph Drake. He's the guy who just put in the limited theatrical release. Number two, Vinnie Jones and Bradley Cooper were born exactly 10 years apart on January 5th. Vinnie in 1965, Bradley Cooper in 1975.
Interesting.
Yeah,
My
right?
dad was born on January 6th.
Really?
Yep.
Who did I meet the other day that was born? Oh, no, actually, I met
January what now?
January 5th.
Yeah, that was the next day.
One of the girls at the party, I don't want to say her name, but anyways, her
Which
dad,
party?
the pool party, or the one today.
Okay.
But her dad was born same birthday as me, September 4th.
Was it the redhead?
No,
My sister-in-law, her birthday's the same day as mine.
really? Mm-hmm. Which one?
Cleo.
Okay, the necklace that Detective Hadley wears has the same symbol as Mahogany's ring. The second movie in which Vinnie Jones remains silent until the final few minutes of the film, the first being Gone in 60 Seconds in the year 2000. And finally, the ancients' immortality is ensured by human flesh. They are themselves degenerate humans. And said immortality is needed for them to continually serve the Eldritch abomination they made a deal with so that New York would prosper. It's also implied that similar deals were brokered with similar abominations at the site of every major city in the world, even yours.
Who said that?
This
Like,
is just some.
Somebody just made up some fucking trivia, man. Like, that didn't fucking ever happen.
It is all implied that
Maybe it's implied in the short story, and they just didn't have.
Do you think they were planning on making more parts of this movie?
probably.
Probably, but they
the-
made a shitty fucking movie.
It's
Well,
also
I
implied that
wonder-
all myths of gods ever, including the Abrahamic deity, are sanitized accounts of these abominations.
Yeah, I just wonder if they were planning on that though, just doing more, and it just
Well, from
flopped or didn't do whatever.
I think I read somewhere
They gave
that
up on it.
this was a Clive Barker collection. Here it is.
Yeah.
It's short stories.
Books
they
of
wrote.
Blood. So
Yeah.
maybe they're all interconnected somehow.
Possibly.
Probably. They're, like I said, probably going to make more. All right, moving on.
Maybe they did.
Triple
We don't know
Lindy.
it.
Triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
That's impossible.
For those who don't remember, the Triple Indy is picking a part of the movie that just obviously unbelievable, just not believable, kind of takes you out of the moment, that sort of thing. So, Christian, we'll start.
About 45 minutes after the movie started.
Thank you.
What?
The final 45
The
minutes.
final 45 minutes of this movie. Let's see here. What would be the unbelievable? It's got to be the train fight.
Yeah.
It's got to be because it's just there's just no way that getting stabbed, getting shot, getting all this other stuff done that they would keep on going.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Trey?
I'm gonna say it's impossible that woman had her little bitty hands like pulling the trigger on that gun. Like, there's just no way she didn't have the strength to do it.
She didn't. That's why her aim was
If
off.
she had the camera cocked. Hey, whatever. I'm not. Anyway, it was a fucking revolver.
Your mom's a revolver. I don't even know what that means, but I like it.
I do too, actually. I'll allow it.
I'm gonna go with him being able to identify Mahogany's ring through that
The picture?
macro lens on that Leica camera. There's
Okay.
no way. There's
You
no
would
way.
go,
Okay.
You would go there.
There's no way he would be able to zoom that close and have that much detail.
I think he nailed it. I think he was a great photographer.
If you just hold perfectly
He could
still.
have blown it up, right?
I think he did better
it's
than
gonna
going
lose,
to like
it's
art
gonna
school
lose
in Boston.
resolution
Okay.
when you blow something up like that.
Photography school.
Yeah, art school.
Whatever.
Yeah, that was the first time you sucked a penis, right?
Definitely not the last time.
that wasn't the first time.
Not that there's anything
I
wrong
was
with
back
that.
at home with his uncle.
That's right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. We support you in Pride Month. All right. Chris, rating and review, buddy.
Yeah, this has got to be a 4. I mean,
Really?
this has got to be only because like the first part of it, you're like, okay, I can see this possibly going somewhere. This could be interesting and all. Let's see what happens and all. And I'm like him. I'm like sitting there thinking he's gonna get with a serial killer or some way because it looks like it at one point. It's like, all right, it looks like the serial killer is gonna take him under his wing or something and all. Then all of a sudden, the fucking lizard people show up, and it's like now you went to bullshit. So 4.
Trey?
5. It's awful. Like, for this cast, like, they should have done so much better.
Yeah.
So,
Literally half this movie sucked.
oh yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm right there with you. This movie was okay. So this is the first time I'd seen it this week, but when I first started watching it, and I'm sitting there remembering our conversation. In the
So,
text
wait, this is the
group.
third time you've seen this movie, right, Trey?
Yes.
Because you said you saw it the first time. I was like, this is so crappy. I'm going to watch it again to make sure it was actually that crappy.
And yeah, make sure I didn't miss something, and then like I made y'all watch it, so I had to watch it again because it's been a couple years.
So I'm
So,
watching.
continue, Tom.
So I'm
I
watching
totally
this-
agree with Josh and Drake though. Like whoever like said this is limited release because
Yeah.
this was bad.
For the dollar theater.
So I'm watching this movie, and the first 30, 40 minutes, I'm into it. And I'm going, what is Trey talking about? This movie's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't. It starts off.
I'm
all
like,
right.
this is actually pretty damn good because I always, if it's a movie I've never seen, I try not to look any spoilers up on IMDb.
Right,
or
yeah, I
anything
agree.
Before I watch
Yeah,
the
same.
movie. But then the fucking lizard people showed up, like Chris said, and it took that supernatural turn, and they could have done so much more with this movie had they kept it in the outside of the paranormal or Lovecraftian realm.
Again, it could have been inbred people underground, and I
it
would have been
could've-
okay with that.
It could have been like he said, like a Hills Have Eyes kind of
Yeah.
thing, where you have people that are inbred and nuclear mutated and whatever, and that would have been better than having fucking lizard people.
Like the killer could have been the butcher. He could have been from them,
Yeah.
and like just
Comes to the,
come-
the above world or
to
whatever.
harvest people. Like that would have been good. That would have been all right. It would have been better, even still, in my mind, if towards the end of it all, it would have just all been in Bradley Cooper's head, and the whole time he
Like
was
the psych-
crazy,
him
and he
slipping
ended up
through- like
killing
a-
her at the end. But it's like he
Like a Shutter
proceeds-
Island kind of thing.
Yeah, like that would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, this movie had amazing potential, and then the last 40 minutes was just like, fuck, this is bad. So for that, I mean, I'm with them. It's terrible. It's 4.5 beers, and
We'd ask you, but you know,
It's,
Yeah.
It-
I'll give my rating and review next week.
It's on par with Double Dragon.
no, it's on par with T2.
Facts.
Negative Ghost Rider. So this actually sounds
So,
like this is a bad movie.
I would watch this again before I watch T2.
I would to watch this or Double Dragon or The Weatherman. I would have to like roll a dice or something.
Here's the thing.
I'd rather try Russian roulette.
I'd still watch this before T2.
What is it, like 73% of like Google users like this movie?
It was 70, yeah,
73. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's about right there with T2.
It's funny because the ratings aren't terribly bad.
It comes out to
That's
four.
great.
It comes out to 4.5 beers.
4.5. Yeah. Well, and we'll.
I'm
add
gonna
mine to
go
that
on
next
there. I'm gonna go on to Google review and rate Dragon Ball. I mean,
Dragon Ball Z.
week. Dragon Ball Z.
I would watch that before I watch T2.
That was a bad movie.
It was still better than T2.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go on there and give T2 a 1.
Here's the thing. At least Double Dragon tried to be funny at times. T2 was just funny at times.
All right. We haven't done this in a while. Do y'all have?
Hold on. So
No, I don't wanna
on
change
Apple,
mine.
on Apple, Terminator 2 has 4.5 stars.
There you
out
go.
out of 5. So
What does
fuck
this
you-
have?
Fuck you both.
Well, it just
Well,
means
just
that
wait
people
till
are
we
dumb.
go on there and like give it 1 star.
Yeah. Well, I can't do
what
it.
does
I'm
this
not
have?
on
Yeah.
Apple.
What does this have?
I'm not I'm
Midnight
gonna
Meat
take
Train.
time.
We haven't done top 5 in a while. Do y'all want to go over your top? I mean, I know this is not going to make top 5.
Yeah, mine stays the same. I can't see anything moving around.
What's on my top 5?
Holy fuck! This one has 3.5.
Wow. Trey, your top 5. Number 1 is Boondock Saints. Number 2 is Mail Order Brides. Number 3 is Tombstone. Number 4 is Very Bad Things. Number 5 is She's Out of My League.
No, I can't do it.
Tucker, yours is T2, Tombstone, Gross Point Blank, My Cousin Vinny, John Wick.
Not even coming close.
Not touching mine.
Yeah. Sandlots, T2, Trick or Treat, Rocky Horror,
I didn't ask you to repeat it.
Hubie Halloween. Fuck off. And mine's Breakfast Club, T2, Sandlot, Back to the Future, and I still got Mail Order Brides on there.
I mean, T2's never coming out of the number 1 spot just to fuck with Trey.
You can like shitty movies?
Chris, you got T2 as number 2.
That was a good episode. No, it's because it was a good episode.
episode, that's right,
That's
yeah.
right. I based it on the episode.
That's fair. Okay. Next week, do we have any idea what we're going to do next week? I've got to talk with the directors, and I've got to talk with you and see
I'll have to look at court schedule.
Yeah.
If it's,
if we can record during the
Oh,
day.
whose
I'll
turn
try
it
to
is.
arrange with those directors.
I think it's technically Chris's pick because we kind of.
I
Skipped him.
leapfrogged him
Skipped
because
him.
he was out.
Yeah. So you got
So
any
it's-
thoughts, or do you want to let us know?
Yeah, I do, but I want to get with this guy first because I got to ask him a question
Fuck yeah.
about which movies. I got to ask him a question about which movie's better before I decide which one I'm gonna have y'all watch.
I love it.
I'm scared.
Yes.
Was this gonna be like? Are you trying to get like the Double Dragon? Like, are you gonna make us watch Iron Eagle?
No, it's gonna be good. Oh, I should do that. Oh, I should do that.
Compared to
Oh,
Top
thanks
Gun,
for reminding me about
while
that.
It's up there.
It's better than Top Gun.
No, it is not.
You're fucking crazy.
I mean, it could be. I haven't seen Iron Eagle in a long time.
Okay. Iron Eagle 2 is better than Top Gun.
Whoa.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Let me see your drink. I want to see what's in there. Do you have
It's just some sweet tea.
just a little sweet
Are you
tea?
sure you need to be
Little
driving
sweet
home?
This has got sweet tea vodka in there as well.
No,
It's stroke
Hey.
brain. It's stroke brain.
It's obviously
Heck, yeah, they got.
How did you miss the sign,
got-
Steven? You're the pro.
all right.
Crown Royal's got a
Sweet tea.
sweet tea, a peach sweet tea with whiskey in it.
All right. Well, you can find us on the website on the web at theguysreview.simplecast.com. Email me anything, and I will still read it poorly. theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at _guysreview. And remember to like the tweet at the top of the page. We'll throw you in the DM group. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. Please, please, please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcasts from. Anyone else got anything they want to add?
Nope.
Good. Not you, Trey.
Do you still want a picture of everyone's chocolate starfish?
Absolutely, every time.
Okay.
So, do y'all think like when they were talking, like they could have like overdubbed it, like where it wasn't like coming through at the same time, like a true Japanese movie?
On behalf of Chris, Trey, and Tucker, this is Steven, and you've listened to another episode of The Guys Review.